In this video, I'm going to show you how you can relight the scene of any video using Kling 3.0 motion control. And I'm also going to be comparing it to this brand new tool called SwitchX to see which one is better. Right, so first we're going to go into how to use Kling 3.0 motion control to change the lighting. I'm going to be using the Higgsfield platform for this. I generally use this one, FreePic, Artless, InVideo, 11 Labs, use a bit of all of them. And what we want to first do is basically, we want to change the lighting of our image. And so just to show you how I did it for the intro, what I'm going to do is I want to just like find just a screen grab, ideally the first frame of the shot or just somewhere you've got, the thing is the first frame of this was like this. Yeah, just that's okay. I'm just going to put that there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into, we can use Higgsfield, you can use Nano Banana Pro or you can use Nano Banana 2. And I'm going to upload that as a reference image. And then to kind of get the idea for the lighting, I find the best thing to do is we can use Claude or we can use ChatGPT. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to go in and I'm going to add that photo as well. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to describe it. I'm going to voice note it because it's just easy for me to do. So I'm going to say, I want to change the lighting of this photo using Nano Banana 2. Please, can you give me 20 detailed prompts with different lighting variations? And I'm going to get these prompts. Right, so now these prompts are generating. I am just going to take one and I'm just going to start pasting these in. Let's just go Nano Banana 2 here because it'll be quicker. 9:16, we might go on 2K, generate. And I will just keep going back and forth with these. I'm not gonna really pay too much attention to what they are. I want to see them. And once I've sort of began just spam generating all of them, I'll then have a good idea of which ones I like and which ones I don't like that I want to take forward to the video. I actually should be doing these in 16:9, so we'll just ignore the fact that I've done these in 9:16. Actually, let me generate some in 16:9 as well because it will look better. So as you can see, this one don't really like. That one again is kind of come out weird. This one has changed the background. I actually probably should have put in the prompt, keep background the same. That's my bad. But I did generate a load earlier. As you can see here, some different variations of the lighting, etc. And once you've kind of got ones that you're happy with, what you're going to then do is go into video, Kling 3.0 motion control, and we are then just going to basically add the character. So that would be one of the images. I've got one here, and then we would add the motion. So I'm just gonna take this little 5-second section here, add that in as the motion, which I exported it, which is here. And then, you know, 1080, 20, depending on saving credits. And there's a couple of different scene control modes. So image one is choose where the background should come from, the character image or the motion video. So in this one, we want the background to be the same as the character image with the different lighting. And then once we've done that, you just want to hit generate. And whilst we wait for that, I'll just go show you some different versions that I generated
in this video,
earlier.
I'm going to show you how you can relight the scene of any video using Kling. And I'm also going to be comparing it to this brand new.
As you can see,
and I'm also going to be comparing it to this brand new.
It's not perfect.
Tool called SwitchX to see which one is better.
The lip syncing is kind of off a little bit. Sometimes it just depends on the shot.
Bitch, you thirsty, please grab Sprite.
We look at the starting image here, lips are closed. The problem is if the lips are closed, the model doesn't know what your teeth look like, which is sometimes a bit of an issue. I found that actually if your like starting frame is with your teeth out, it does sometimes a little bit of a better job. But that kind of is the process. And if we head on over to SwitchX, process is very, very similar. All we're gonna do is, again, we're just gonna upload our video. The caveat with SwitchX is it only lets you do up to basically 5 seconds or so, like 148 frames, 240 frames. So actually with 30 frames per second, that's 8 seconds. So it depends what your frame rate is. You want to confirm selection. So sometimes you have to piece it together. I think this will probably change over time. This is kind of in beta, not too long out. It's not that cheap either. Like I think I would sort of only recommend this if you've got very specific use case, you want it to be high quality. Then you upload the reference image. You can actually choose, it lets you choose the frame here, but we don't want that. We want to upload this, the color one again, and then we click on generate. And Again, I have produced some ones earlier here.
And I'm also going to be comparing it to this brand new tool called SwitchX to see which one is better.
And as you can see, this one is actually a lot better. And the reason why this is because this is working slightly different than Kling Motion Control, where Kling Motion Control is regenerating the whole video, I believe, with the motion there, where SwitchX seems to be basically creating a mask track of the person and extracting that and then almost layering it back in and then applying the light. I don't know how exactly it works, but these guys have been relighting videos for a while. And I actually really like as well that you can compare as well. So that's the original.
And I'm also going to be comparing it to this brand new,
like there's
SwitchX to see.
It's literally perfect. There is absolutely no change in my face in the video.
New tool called SwitchX to see which one is
super high quality. Like I was really impressed when I started using this tool. Like this is better than Kling for sure, because the problem with Kling is that it's mimicking the movement of your input video rather than keeping the person of your input video there, like masking them out like the SwitchX does. It's doing different things here.
And I'm also going to be comparing it to this brand new tool called SwitchX to see which one is better. And I'm also going to be comparing it to this.
It's not too bad, but you can see it.
And I'm also going to be comparing it to this.
It's just night and day compared to a SwitchX. But Kling 3.0 is much more affordable. You get a lot more generations. And so I wanted to see, okay, well, how does it compare when it's not talking head, right? And it's just sort of a video like this. Obviously, no doubt SwitchX is going to be good here. We've established that. But where I think Kling Motion Control excels in terms of like its cost and just is when you are literally just replicating movement. You can see here, does a very good job. Yes, there are some lost details.
Hey, quick update. I'm walking over there now. I'll show you in a second.
Mouth movement is still a bit iffy, but if we take a look at this one, which is some actual fast motion, not a bad job there. If we look at the original video, so you can get away with using motion control for some different use cases. It's just that talking head one.
In this video, I'm going to show you how you can relight the scene of any video using Kling 3.0.
It's just the mouth movement is
control. In this video, I'm going to show
you'll see I really
show you how you can relight the scene of any video using
lack any micro expressions in my face here.
3.0.
Because it's probably just not able to just transfer those. But when it's like larger movements like limbs or just general body movement, it's really good at that. I just think the smaller movements it struggles with. But both of these tools are valuable. I would recommend, like I said, using Kling 3.0 motion control for most things. If you've got short clips, then you know people might not notice if there's something a bit strange happening, or if you're just using sort of you just want to replicate motion that's kind of not people talking. However, SwitchX, great tool. It's just annoying. So if we look at the pricing, basically, I paid like $20 for the subscription. This one here, $19, 540 credits. And what that seemed to get me was, if we go on upload the video again, let's just put this one in, and it comes out to, I think you get about 10 videos at 1080, not ideal. So that's a 5-second video. We're going 1080, 60 credits. So we're getting less than 10 videos at 5 seconds. That is not cheap. So I would probably use this sparingly. Well, of course you're going to use it sparingly. $20 for 10 5-second videos. You could run them at 720. I was running a few at 720 just so that I could run a few more rather than burning through the $20. But like I said, you might have a very specific use case where you need to relight something. That's why I think this is where I would go to. Maybe I've shot some footage outside, or maybe I'm doing some client work, or like something that is just a really important important piece of content, and one of the videos just isn't just lit quite right, and I need the relighting and the motion to be pretty much spot on and perfect because of the work that it is. This is what I would 100% use because it will nail it in one shot, whereas motion control, you're not going to get a perfect output. But motion control is good for experimenting, doing fun things, doing things where if there's a few sort of like artifacts or anomalies in that are not that noticeable, but it doesn't really matter, then great tool to use, not too expensive. Okay, so that's the video. Hope that was helpful. Hopefully just gave you an insight into how to actually change the lighting of any video, and just sort of looking at the pros and cons of Kling 3.0 motion control and also SwitchX, and where you might use each one for different scenarios. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.